Hey, what's up? My name is Matt Workman, and welcome to CineTracer version 0.60. In this video, we're going to go over the face actor and the different ways of being able to do performance capture in CineTracer. This is a very work-in-progress system, but I'm working very hard to get this to be a fully functional face, hands, and body motion capture system in CineTracer. So the way that you're going to get to our face actors, or performance actors, they'll eventually be called, are here. And says experimental, so we're going to work with her. She doesn't have broken feet like the other characters, so she just looks better. So let's put her down in the world here. And as we roll up on her, you'll see that she's blinking. So I kind of have a somewhat okay random blink timer. And the lo-fi way of working with her is using voice mode. And your voice is going to then control the actor. But I'm actually going to start with our face cap mode because I think it's the most exciting. So you're going to click on the instructions if you want to read through all this, or you could watch this one, essentially. Is my screen still recording here? I don't think it is. So I'm going to start recording. What you're going to need is an iPhone, no Android yet, iPhone 10 or 11. Basically, if you can do emojis or you have the special camera on the front, the depth sensor, that's what's going to allow you to do this face capture stuff. So what you're going to need is an app called FaceCap. So FaceCap does cost money, but you can test it for free, I think, for a short amount of time. Try to go back to sleep. So what you're going to do is download FaceCap. You can try the free version at first, and if you like it, then I think you buy it. And then you can record for longer times. You're going to open up FaceCap, and you can see that, hey, it's tracking my face, and this virtual character, just like an emoji, is doing its best to track what I'm doing. So what we're going to do is use this and send this data to CineTracer. I've done all this stuff. All you have to do is type in two numbers. It's not too bad. So you're going to do go live and do connect, disconnect. And what you're going to put in there is your local IP address. So you can just Google on Windows or on Mac. This works both Mac and Windows. How do you find your local IP address? Go find it. Generally on the Mac, you go to networking, and there's like the number there, or to network, and it says it. On PC, you would go into like your command console and read like ipconfig. And it's like your IPv4 or something like that. That's the number. It looks like this. Looks very similar to that. So my local IP address is 192.168.1.205. So I am going to write that exact IP address in here, 192.168.1. Did I do that wrong? 205. I always write IP addresses wrong. And then the port number is arbitrary, but we're going to just say 9000. They just have to be the same. And you're going to hit connect on the phone. Not much changes. You're going to hit connect on the person, and a lot changes, OK? So now she is talking like we are. So oh. Right? Even track to the head movement a little bit. And this is a very loose mapping that I'm still working on, but it will get better over time. And there will be a little delay. So if you're trying to like actually record audio with this, you'll have to delay it in post. There's not much to do about that. But this is pretty awesome to be able to do this right here. And eventually, I'm going to try to make it so that you can record the animation in CineTracer. I don't have that system working just yet. So what I recommend trying, which I think is cool, it's like the first thing I would want to do with this, is go to your studio, get the cyc wall, like this. I'm going to just make it like way too big. OK, these controls are a little bit crazy. Big like this. I'm going to make it self-illuminated, and I'm going to just make it green, right? So I have a green screen. Do I still have a camera out here? I don't. OK. So I'm going to then go grab one of our new free cameras, the good one. This is the one you would need to use as well. We will generally frame up on her. I'm going to hit V. They're kind of terrifying out of focus. I'm going to just set a focus mark for her like that. And now with tab, we're in full screen view, like this. So now, if you recorded this video, you could record your audio, and you could be talking to the camera, do your performance. Just know that it is nuanced, and you have to actually perform specifically in a certain way for the iPhone to pick it up. It just doesn't grab everything. That's a different tutorial. But now we could be doing some virtual avatar work, and you could green screen this over a YouTube video or something like that. And if you wanted to do more cinematic stuff, you could obviously record this and do some very basic previs, or even maybe animation you would use for something that's final. So this is the way that we use FaceCap. And I'm going to be bringing in more and more characters that can be animated in this way. And again, the goal is to then bring in full body capture plus face at the same time. Face is actually, for some reason, just the simplest. So I'm going to stop the FaceCap app here. Hopefully that just saved it to my photos. Let me double check that. So this will only work for Windows. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do audio capture for the Mac. It's probably possible, I just need to figure it out. So we're going to go to voice mode here, and in Windows, because this is all that it works in at the moment, you need to go to your sound settings and make sure that you're actually getting audio here. If you don't see audio there, you won't see it in CineTracer either. It only works with your default audio at the moment. At least that's how I have it set up. I don't want to have to like select the audio differently. So now, in this mode, she goes back to blinking because we're not manually controlling her blinking anymore, and I can click Start Audio. Hello, what is up? Hey. So now when I'm talking, you're seeing the same volume bar bounce around, and we have a very, very rudimentary mouth bouncing up and down, just the jaw, based on the volume, essentially. And there are plugins from Oculus and some other very high-end audio to Viseme, it's called, or audio to lip sync plugins and systems. Oculus is free. The others are not free for me to use. But if this becomes an important part of CineTracer, being able to use your voice to control the actors, then I'll see what I can do about that. But again, you could use this for the same type of system. You can record a virtual avatar or do some, again, very rudimentary. I know you're not going to like feature film quality with this kind of animation, but again, it's the beginning of the system. It's very similar to how VR chat and other performance capture type game apps work as well. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up here. I'm going to hit stop. Sometimes the audio starts to lose sync or something like that. So you have to stop it and start it again, but it just starts right back up, and then the buffer kind of stays in sync with it. But there's a lot of stuff happening there. And this system, I've already tested recording the mouth, the flap, and the audio at the same time and playing them back in the game. Again, only on Windows. So that's promising. And this mode, I haven't tried recording it yet. It's a little heavier on the data, but this is the beginning of the performance capture system. And you need FaceCap. That's generally how you're using it. You need to find your IP address. The FaceCap app does work on Mac, which is great. So let me know in the comments. I guess the last thing I'll show actually before I wrap this up is that you can just do a sit and stand. I can obviously give them the same controls that we have for pose actors. You could have full pose control. You could run a mocap clip. Or in the near future, we'll have a VR mode where you can control their whole body. Either one. All those things are possible, but the face and getting the hardware and everything to talk to each other and work, that was like the major effort. So again, if you're interested in having performance capture in CineTracer, this YouTube video is a really great place to leave suggestions, feedback, any issues you find. And essentially, for people that come from the 3D world, the virtual production world, I'm using currently Character Creator 3.3 characters, but I'll be looking at using DAZ characters and possibly importing DAZ characters directly, maybe, we'll see. And VRoid and a bunch of other digital human formats that exist. All of them with enough work, I can make them all work within this system, and you can just hop in there, start puppeting them and whatnot. I am still working on a character customization system so that you can change their skin color, switch their hairstyles, give them different clothes, and change like their body weight, etc., make them younger and older. That is hard. It's real hard. I've been working on it for quite a while. It requires a lot of stuff. Like, I can't just model all that myself. I can't even hire people. It just requires a lot of stuff to be coordinated all at once. I'm working on it very much. I want that very badly for CineTracer. Even if it hasn't happened yet, I've been working towards it. I hope it does happen in the near future. So that wraps it up for this video, this longer look at how to do performance capture in CineTracer. If you're a VTuber, hey, this would work. And if you want to start making little short films with that kind of silly cartoony face animations, we're getting there. And even from more serious previous stuff, if you just want to have an animatic where like there's some audio and their face is kind of moving, that might be helpful for you to kind of figure out the pacing of the film and the dialogue, etc. That wraps it up again, and I'll see you guys on the next video.